we gonna do it then? We do it big.
I think that we all know where you will be in Pasadena, playing for a national championship.
Jeff Fischel and Clinton Portis here in Southern California, covering the 2014 BCS National Championship game between Florida State and Auburn. And Clinton, one thing that strikes me about both these teams, they can kind of play the disrespect card. First of all, for Florida State, they can say, everyone's saying, oh, you're not an SEC school. The SEC always wins the national titles. Does that motivate the Noles?
Well, I think when you look at the Florida State Seminoles, everyone is now saying you have to dig so deep into trying to find a flaw in this team. Everyone is now saying they haven't played anyone. They haven't played for 4 quarters. How is it going to be if they play for 4 quarters? Well, I still don't think they get the opportunity to play for 4 quarters. They haven't played for 4 quarters because they handled the game in the first 3 quarters and ended. And when you look at this Auburn team, they've been disrespected all year as well. So to go out and beat Alabama team saying, well, it was a fluke game, they shouldn't. Then you watch Alabama lose. Now it's like, well, Auburn is the powerhouse, and people's minds change daily, but both teams have a lot to look back and say, well, let's go out and prove it.
Can coaches use disrespect as a motivator for players? Does that work on guys?
I don't think you need to use disrespect. I don't think it just depends on the core group that you have to be able to go and say, these guys are disrespecting us. I mean, that's in any situation. If you can find a guy who want to step up and hit somebody in the mouth, which is a great term for this game because that's what it's going to have to be. You're going to have to hit someone in the mouth. And if Auburn can get back and hit Jameis Winston in the mouth, that would be something that haven't been done all year and give them an opportunity. But on the flip side, if Florida State can hit Trey Mason in the mouth along with Nick Marshall, then that's something that hasn't been done, and we get to sit in this game.
Now, I picked on something you said earlier. You said they won't have to play a 4th quarter again. So you're saying Florida State does its job and gets it done in 3 quarters, wins big?
Yeah, again, man, I just think Florida State is loaded, and when you look at this Auburn team, you are what you are, and all season long, Auburn has struggled defensively, definitely in the secondary. Maybe they're the worst secondary in the SEC, and you're in the national championship playing against the best offense that's out. So having that opportunity, I think Florida State will target that secondary early, and I know we've spoke of Auburn having the rotation of 10 O-linemen. Well, you're going to need it. You're definitely going to need it.
Obviously, Florida State, you talked about how great the offense is. Realistically, they probably set the all-time new FBS record for points scored. The defense is #1 in the country in scoring defense, so you're right. All signs point to Florida State, and you think they win big.
Well, I mean, look at it. You said they set all of these records and have yet to play 4 quarters. So if you go over 12 games and add another quarter, having these guys, if you just play for 8 games, they shatter all records ever made. So I think Florida State comes in and they have an edge. I think Florida State know what they have, and Auburn, I think they did a great job getting here, and we can't count them out because they are in the national championship game. But it was the same way with us at the University of Miami playing Nebraska. Teams they can't stop the option, and Nebraska guys are bigger and they're stronger. Well, Nebraska at halftime was, the stadium was walking out on them.
Yep, that's right. That was the big championship for the Miami Hurricanes. And now we're talking about potentially a title for the Seminoles. He's Clinton Portis. I'm Jeff Fischel. You're watching the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday.